What's up, everyone? Welcome to Bench. We are the Tovar Brothers, episode number 30. That's 30, baby. Wow, 30. That flew by.
Yes, it flew by.
Friday, September 22nd, 2023. On this episode, we recap Thursday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants just getting outclassed in every way by the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
And then Week 3 fantasy preview and picks for this upcoming week. Already in Week 3. That's
wild.
A little wild to think about, yeah. And also some news. A lot of news going on. Some unfortunate injuries again this week.
But before that,
yeah,
famous number 30s.
What you got?
I'm asking you.
You're asking me. Terrell Davis.
Oh, thank you. I didn't want to say it.
Yep.
The first one that came to my head.
Yeah, Terrell Davis.
TD.
Number 30s. Oof.
TD's. Terrell Davis is probably the best number 30.
Yeah, I don't know if another 30.
Amon Green wasn't 30, was he?
I thought it was 33. Was he 30? If you're a Packer fan, let me know what Amon Green was.
Yeah.
I know I liked Amon Green.
Yeah. Philip Lindsay, number 30.
One of my favorites.
Broncos. I only know Bronco number 30s, apparently.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. Hope you're having a great Friday so far on this Fantasy Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Hope your fantasy team's doing well. Hope you didn't get scorched by McCaffrey and Debo like I did last night. Big games there. And if you played Daniel Jones, my condolences.
Yeah. God, we'll talk about it in a second. But God, it looked terrible.
Or anyone else, really.
Literally anybody who wore a Giants uniform.
Hey.
God.
Debo was pissed all night. We'll get into it.
Yep.
If you're watching here on YouTube, thank you so much for watching the show. Please like the show. Yeah, thanks for waving at. Wave at the people. Like the show, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a buddy. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, thank you so much for listening. Go ahead and leave a review, and we'll really, really appreciate that. Follow the show Between the Show on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Search at Bench Show to do that, and we're putting up all sorts of stuff every single day reacting to the NFL that just doesn't seem to sleep. It does not stop.
This news is nonstop. You wake up with your phone full of notifications.
This is obviously our first year doing this, and just I'm so keyed in to what's going on in the NFL.
Yeah.
But I'm also as aware as ever been that this thing just is a monster that does not stop. It's a drama that is 24/7.
Yeah, not like a little peek behind the curtain here. Being a podcaster for the NFL is crazy because you're like everything, all the time, every day, news.
Yeah.
You like on a Saturday there's news. On a Tuesday afternoon there's news.
Yeah, and we're here to share with you 3 times a week here, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday all year long, and then of course on those social media platforms. So thank you for following the show, and we look forward to enjoying a great season together. It still feels like the beginning to me, even though we're in week 3.
Yep.
We're gonna get to the news. Before we do that, I have a quick little question for you. So it came out this week that maybe the most popular man in the league right now, Travis Kelce.
I thought you meant Russell Wilson.
He's everywhere. I did not mean God. Maybe the most unpopular guy last year.
Probably.
Travis Kelce is everywhere. He's on every commercial. He has the podcast, which I think is number 1 now.
It's booming.
And, of course, he plays for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Pretty popular team.
Yeah. He's leveled up.
Somehow.
He shot his shot at Taylor Swift, and I think he's making some headway here.
Look, I mean.
Yeah, at a point.
This is what.
It's hilarious.
This is what you do if you're a superstar athlete. I'm just a shoot for the stars here.
Why
literally.
not?
Yeah, like I'm never gonna be this popular in my lifetime as an NFL star. Why not shoot your shot?
Yeah, and he waited till he's an all-time great. Yeah. He's a Hall of Famer already. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Yeah. Remember when Embiid got drafted and on draft night took a shot at Rihanna? It's not when you do it.
No,
you gotta be great.
Who was it? There was some Kardashian who said they only date all-stars. That should be a rule for all athletes. A rookie, we just saw Will Levis get dumped.
Yeah.
That's a second-round quarterback for the NFL.
Listen, you lose your job to Malik Willis, and you'll get dumped.
Yeah, immediately.
That's your fault.
Yeah.
This is the report, and I feel silly reading this, but this is the report. She and Travis have hung out twice, and it's nothing serious. My wife would love this.
Yeah, this is
she thinks he's very charming, and they've been texting this last week. I want to know who gave that report.
I mean, anyone could say he's very charming, man.
I don't want to be sexist, but that's a woman. That sounds like a woman. take on it.
They are texting and they are having fun. Nothing serious.
Yeah, he's very charming.
Okay. All right.
That did not come from the Kelsey camp, I want to say.
No.
It was also rumored that Kim K, she's dated a guy or two, is dating
Who?
Odell Beckham Jr.
Why not?
You know, because he's probably dated everyone as well. I don't want to get into that because I don't care that much, but I do want to know. I think both these couples, if they were ever to tie the knot, would throw some banger weddings.
Mm-hmm.
Which would you rather be a guest to?
I would love to see a Kelsey wedding. What do those look like?
So I feel like these both look so different. OBJ and Kim K is Hollywood, is fireworks, it's all the stars.
Multi-day event, probably.
Yep. Multi-day
interviews.
Event. Yep.
Yeah,
lots of drugs.
Mm-hmm.
What pizza? What did he have that one time? What did he get caught with? Pizza, prostitute, and cocaine. Remember that picture?
Yeah, it's called the Big Three.
Yeah, it would be very different. It would just be debauchery.
I mean,
the Kardashian Beckham Jr. wedding.
It'd probably be really fun if you're a regular person going to that wedding.
Yeah, so that's the question, though. Or would you rather go to the T Swift Travis Kelce wedding, which would be somewhere in Ohio?
But I feel like we'd be forced to listen to Taylor Swift music. So
Taylor Swift music would okay. Yeah, Taylor Swift music would be blaring.
But imagine the Kelce family wedding.
It would be a fun wedding, though. It would be like...
Yeah. They probably just...
Jason Kelce would be so drunk.
They probably throw down at weddings, that Kelce family.
Absolutely.
They probably... And everyone's dancing, the vibes are high.
Mom's getting drunk.
Taylor Swift will bring some of... It'll still feel Hollywood, though, because Taylor Swift knows everybody. So you'll get all the movie stars, all the singers.
Yeah.
I think I'd go to that Kelce Swift wedding. That sounds fun.
I feel like it's a more like... it's going to be more down to earth, hang out.
As down to earth as Taylor Swift can get with I'll go that one.
I'm glad we talked about that.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the real news here. As usual, the news is brought to you by 818 Brewing. If you're in the LA area, we have the perfect spot for you and your crew to catch this Week 3 slate of games. 818 Brewing is the perfect tasting room to get together with your buddies, grab a drink, and enjoy the game. Their selection of beer includes something for everybody. And it's brewed there on site. Stop at 818 Brewing at 8953 DeSoto Avenue in Canoga Park. We will see you there. All right, let's get into the news here. And unfortunately, we had some injury news earlier today. We're recording this on late Thursday night, but yesterday, if you're listening on Friday. And it comes from one of the teams that you have been very high on. I'm high on as well. And this defense was just a juggernaut. I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Trayvon Diggs in a non-contact injury in practice in one-on-one drills.
Just right there scares me.
Tore his ACL. Yeah, an MRI has confirmed the Cowboys' belief that Trayvon Diggs suffered a torn MCL at practice. He just signed a 5-year, $97 million extension and had his first interception of the year on Sunday.
Well, for the player's side, you're happy he got paid before this happened. So at least he's getting paid top dollar to
take that, Jerry.
Yeah, but this is what the Cowboys do, man. They break your heart in so different. Every year, there's always something, and this is a huge deal. Torn ACL this early.
Yeah,
he's not coming back week 1 next year because the timeline. I mean, maybe some guys come back earlier, but this sucks.
Yeah, Trayvon Diggs there, of course, paired with Stephon Gilmore. Everyone's very excited about that, and this defense looked like it's just so dominant. So many dominant defenses this year between the Niners, Jets, and Cowboys. But the Jets seem like the Cowboys seem like an even more complete team than maybe even the Niners. So let me ask you this question. How does this affect the dominance of this Cowboys defense?
I mean, they'll still be a top 5 to 7, but Diggs is a playmaker for them. That's a big deal with these elite defenses. Do you have someone who could be a playmaker in the back end, who can get picks, get forced fumbles, fumble recoveries, anything like that? And he was their best guy for that in the secondary. So it'll hurt them. Not as bad as everyone would think. They're still going to be pretty good. They still have some guys over there, some dogs over there. They still have Parsons. So they'll fall back a couple spots, but it sucks, though.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you. I think it affects the ceiling of this defense.
Yes.
Because Trayvon Diggs is someone who causes turnovers. And those guys, there's a lot of good cornerbacks in the league, but the ones who get paid are the ones who also cause turnovers.
Exactly.
And Trayvon Diggs has been one of the best in it. 15 interceptions over the last 3 years. including 11 in 2020.
It's pretty good.
He had his first on Sunday, and he is the playmaker back there in the secondary with Stephon Gilmore. I don't think he's had more than 5 interceptions in the last couple of years. He's just kind of a good cover guy.
Yeah.
A very good cover guy.
Yeah.
But not great at taking the ball away. And you can't replace those guys.
No.
Like you can get someone to play the quarterback position, but I'm saying replacing those turnovers is just hard. It's hard to find that kind of guy, and that, of course, takes your defense to a new level. If you can stop the other team, that's great. If you could stop them and take the ball away, that's elite.
Yes.
And, Trayvon Diggs going down there for the Dallas Cowboys. Does this affect how you see them in the NFC?
Yeah, a little bit. I think when you get to the playoffs where it's elite, you need turnovers.
Yeah.
You're going to miss someone like Diggs.
Yeah.
He takes chances. Sometimes those chances pay off, and it could be
huge. Yeah.
So it does change it a little bit. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you think of some of the wide receiver combos that just the NFL features, but specifically the NFC.
The one we saw Thursday night.
In their own division. The Vikings is a duo that's coming on. Addison looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Niners, we saw Debo last night without Ayuk in lineup produce in a big way.
And Philly.
And I said Philly, and then you go to the AFC, and it's just another story.
Yeah.
But not having those two cornerbacks is not going to be the weapon they'd hope to be, and they're putting a lot of money there.
Yeah.
Hopefully he comes back strong. I'm an Eagles fan, but I'm not someone who's going to say, hope he's done. No. I'm not celebrating about this. It's just, it sucks. I like Trayvon Diggs.
I'm sure Cowboy fans are all willing to give their ACLs.
I'm sure.
Diggs, yes.
This was going to be the first year that he was going to be able to face his brother.
Yeah. That'd be cool to see.
That's also out the window. Trayvon Diggs goes down. A couple signings here, some running backs moving teams or joining teams. Kareem Hunt will start there. He goes to Cleveland. Now, of course, we know Nick Chubb went down, and Kareem Hunt's there now. It's the reunion. There's been some drama between those organization and him, and I think he held out last year, right? And now he re-signs there 4 years, and he's going to have to try to fill this void of Nick Chubb. First, talk to me about the football aspect of this. Is it enough?
Probably not. He wasn't very good last year, but he knows the offense. He knows the playbook, obviously. I'm not sure football-wise. I'm not sure what he can bring. He's probably better. He's probably a pretty good red zone back at this point. I don't think he's getting 20 carries a game. There's a reason why he was on the streets for this long. Like, yeah, it's a newsworthy, topic, but there's a reason why no one signed him. Yeah,
I'm looking at these stats, and this is actually pretty incredible. In 2022, this can't be right. Is this right? I'm gonna check this before I say it because it feels not right.
You feel like you're being had.
Yeah, I feel like ESPN.com is hatting me, even though that doesn't seem. Hold on, let me check it real quick.
Loud, yeah. But anyways, no, I think Kareem Hunt football wise is
okay. So this is what I have.
There we go.
In 2022, this man had 302 carries for 1,500 yards.
That's not true.
That's what I'm looking at.
You're looking at the wrong thing.
I'm looking at Nick Chubb's. Oh, jeez. Okay, I was going to say.
See,
but I knew it wasn't right. That's why I was checking it.
Yeah, it was probably a lot less.
God,
maybe 12.
Nick Chubb had those monster numbers.
Yeah, Nick Chubb. Yeah.
Also, Nick Chubb is very good.
That sucks about Nick Chubb.
Sorry, Kareem Hunt. Here we go. I got it now. In 2022, last year, he had 123 carries for 468 yards and 3 touchdowns.
What's the per?
Only averaging 3.8 per carry and 35 receptions, which is pretty good. But it's a long way from the dynamic. We haven't seen dynamic Kareem Hunt now since 2020.
He's closer to what Ezekiel Elliott is now, a power back who can catch the ball a little bit. That's kind of what his comp is now.
Yeah, his value there is that he knew the system.
Yeah.
He can jump right in.
Yes.
But I think he just assumes the role he had last year.
Yeah, they brought him at the goal line a lot. He wasn't very good, but that's
goal line,
that was
the sparingly used backup.
Yeah.
I think Ford's still the guy here. They had an opportunity to choose Ford or Hunt this offseason, and they chose Ford.
Yeah.
And so I think I have reacted a little bit. I thought, oh God, like this is so bad for Ford, and this is rough for your team if you went and spent your number one waiver or a ton of fab on Ford. I think you're okay. I think you're going to be fine as long as Ford holds on to the job. That's the only problem here is now there's someone to take the job, presumably.
Yeah.
But I think he should be fine fantasy-wise.
It seems like I don't know. I mean, Ford's good, but the reason why Hunt was off the field so much because Chubb was so good.
Right.
So this might be Might be a little bit hot hand some games. You might see Ford go
you
down.
see a little more of a split backfield here.
Well, I'm just worried that Ford's going to get down to the red zone. They're going to throw in Hunt. That's going to have, like, the red zone or be the red zone guy. Or it'll be I don't know. I got to see it, but I'm not. I got to wait and see on this one. I'm not excited.
Speaking of running backs joining new teams and ruining fantasy outlooks, Cam Akers was traded to the Minnesota Vikings for a 2026 conditional 7th-round pick. They literally traded the least amount they could have tried to trade. They did a pick swap in 2 years in the 6th and 7th round.
Get the hell off my team, Cam. That's exactly what they said.
Just props to you for getting something for him, I guess, because if that's what you got, there was just not a market for Cam Akers out there. We saw, I guess, teams called on him to see if he was, I don't know. But Adam Schefter says this is what he got traded for, and that's just next to nothing as you can get. But let's talk about his new team. All right, so he joins the Vikings. Cam Akers last year was very impressive. And so going into this year in the fantasy world, Cam Akers is one of those guys that people were talking about. Well, let's look out for Cam Akers here. A year removed now from the Achilles injury. Is he something? How do you see him fitting in on the Minnesota Vikings?
Well, I think he's the lead back. I think he's better than Madison already. Madison's never had the career stretch like Cam Akers had last year. Yeah.
Ever.
So sorry to everyone who drafted Alexander Madison on their fantasy teams because that did not work. He's already done.
Yeah, Madison's been really bad. It's not even that. He hasn't
been
effective.
Like against Philly.
He just looks kind of slow. He doesn't look good. They paid him, but they didn't commit to him.
It wasn't a huge deal. It was like 2 year, but it was like a goofy 2 year.
Because that's kind of what people were saying right off the bat. Like, well, they just paid him. Like, no, what they did was basically say, listen, we'll give you a shot at the starter job this year. That's kind of what they committed to when it comes to pay.
Poor guy.
And he got 2 games.
He was waiting for Dalvin Cook to leave for years.
Yeah.
And he leaves, and he's like, this is kind of hard. I actually can't do this.
Yeah, see, the thing you have to realize, too, about Cam Akers going there is that he's reuniting with the offensive coordinator that he had when he had his big rookie year in Kevin O'Connell and the offensive coordinator. And so when a coach who had you when you were at your best goes and gets you and brings you in an area where your team is struggling, it just all signs point toward Cam Akers is about to take over this backfield.
Yeah. And I'd be excited if I was Cam Akers' owner. I mean, Mattson might take away some snaps, but I think red zone's going to be Cam Akers because that's what he's very good at.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just can't quit somebody. We've all been there. He just, babe, look, I'm sorry.
So we're both picking Akers.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Gamut on.
The NFL season's only 2 weeks old, and we already have a long list of notable players in the IR. Let me read it to you.
Here we go.
We just talked about Trayvon Diggs, Aaron Rodgers, of course, Nick Chubb, J.K. Dobbins, J.C. Horn, Tim Patrick. Buda Baker's not on the season-ending IR, but these are people on IR right now. Jalen Ramsey, of course, out for a couple more weeks. Gardner Johnson, Jack Conklin, Shaq Thompson, Greg Dulcich on the IR, Avonte Maddox, torn pec, James Houston, Kenyon Green, and Jelani Woods.
Fun time.
2 weeks in. What's going on? What is happening?
Some years, this is just how it is. I think in 2014 or 15, it was like the same way where people started getting hurt, and it's just...
Do we have a Monstar situation?
I don't know. It just sucks. It
does suck.
Yeah, it does suck. Because, like, even, like, your rival teams, right?
Yeah.
You're playing them, and their best player gets hurt. You're just like, this kind of sucks. Because you want to see the best on best. You want to see the best football possible. And guys like Nick Chubb go out, and Diggs go out, and Aaron Rodgers go out. It's like, this is not the best.
Aaron Rodgers is still the biggest one, right?
Aaron Rodgers, yeah. I mean,
to think how fun that would have been.
It was the summer of Rodgers.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Just to see them go through, and then he was still appearing on the McAfee show.
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
That still sucks to think.
Sorry, Aaron.
Stay healthy out there, guys.
Yeah. Take some vitamins.
Stretch,
I don't know.
Tape up. I don't know what's happening.
Get those groins nice and loose.
Yep. Oh, yeah, a lot of groin injuries. A lot of groins.
In general.
Yeah, that too. The injuries that are kind of in vogue this year. I see a lot of groins, a lot of pecs.
You see a lot of groins?
And a lot of hamstrings. Those are kind of the big ones.
It's the soft tissue, that stuff that's scary because, like, you don't really know if it's fixed or not until you open up as far as running.
Right.
And then you scared of
Not mention their Cooper Kupp's are also in the IR.
Yes.
Moving on here to New England. Now, I saw this tweet. I forgot who put it out. Sorry.
It's cold over here.
Get it? No.
Moved on to New England. Like,
it's
yeah.
cold over here. Yeah.
It's getting chilly.
New England. Yep. I saw this tweet and I thought it was really interesting because I had no idea that it was this way. Okay, so we're talking Patriots and Bill Belichick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Many think the greatest coach to ever do it, the greatest coach of our lifetime. Of course, an incredible run there with Tom Brady. 6 championships?
Yes.
6 rings. But recently, we've talked about his GM struggles. All right, it's just been flat out bad.
Draft struggles, yeah.
His draft struggles. And, I mean, just GM as a whole hasn't been great.
Yeah.
Went out and gave those big contracts to Hunter Henry. And who was the other tight end?
Jonnu Smith.
Jonnu Smith. That hasn't been what people
Smith
thought.
Isn't even on the team anymore.
The coaching situation last year was just a clown show. It was just awful.
That was. Thank God it's over.
You had Mac Jones just screaming on the sideline. It's just some questionable decisions there, and we've always kind of given the benefit of the doubt. But now this tweet came up, and I thought it's interesting. Patriots in the last 9 games are 2-7.
Nice.
That's with Mac Jones. That's with Bill Belichick as the leaders of this team. Of course, Bill O'Brien now in town. And their only 2 wins in that period came when they played the Cardinals while Colt McCoy is the quarterback, and when they played the Dolphins while Skylar Thompson was the quarterback. So their 2 wins, not very impressive.
Because of who they're playing, yeah.
Is Bill Belichick still an elite coach in the NFL today?
I think the respect is still carrying over into 2023. But you watch a Patriot game, like, oh, they're well coached. They play tough. They just don't win because they don't have.
They just don't win.
They just don't have the Tom Brady effect. They don't have it. If you watch them this year, I watched them against Philly. Everyone did. There's no it factor on these teams. The last 5 years has been no since Brady left, and no guys are this is my team. A lot of okay guys are well coached.
Yeah, I'm going to answer this question and say no. I don't think he's an elite coach in today's NFL.
Good coach.
An elite coach.
I
think he's a good coach.
Say him a good coach.
But he just doesn't win. And like the NFL, that's what separates the good and bad teams is winning. There's not a lot of teams that are just flat out terrible and bad and lose by 50 every week. That doesn't happen in the NFL. Everyone's a pro. Everyone's the best, from their schools. And so when just the fact that they're in games doesn't do anything for me. Great, they're in games and they look, well coached, but they don't win. To me, that's a bad team. That's a bad coach.
Yeah.
So I still don't know how long he's going to survive on his legacy. I think he kind of just could write his own ticket in New England, though. I can't see them ever trying to fire him.
It'd be crazy if they do.
Yeah.
So Bill's having a rough couple months. His girl's breaking up with him. He's not winning.
Yeah. Tom Brady.
Tom Brady's over here.
Won a championship.
Championships, and he's probably a little. That sucks. That sucks for Bill. You don't want to see coaches like this have a terrible ending.
Yeah.
But this is not very good.
Yeah. Moving on here to Deion Sanders. And we haven't talked Deion Sanders on this show because we don't really talk a lot of college, but we have definitely been following Deion Sanders. What he's doing there at Colorado is nothing short of amazing.
Yeah.
Nothing short than amazing. He'll play Oregon State this week. I'm really looking forward to that. Oregon State.
No, it's Oregon. Oregon's number 10.
Really?
Yeah. He's playing Oregon this week, and then Colorado's number 19 right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a matchup.
It's his biggest one of so far.
That's
this one.
Well, I mean,
last week's was pretty good.
Not last week's. The week 1. TCU was just in the national championship game.
That's true.
Anyways,
he's going.
Deion Sanders taking over college football. We know that.
Love it.
But there's been some rumors, and no matter what Deion says, the college coaches never admit to this. But there's some NFL executives that believe Colorado's Deion Sanders could definitely become a head coach in the NFL next year. Here's the report. The Athletic pulled 10 high-ranking team decision makers.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means. To gauge the league's opinion on Sanders, and 7 of them predicted Sanders would receive an interview request this offseason from head coaching hiring cycles. The other 3 did not rule it out, but believed it was too early to make that prediction. Deion previously said he had no interest in coaching in the NFL, but it won't stop the league from possibly trying. So whether he's interested or not, whether he's actually going to do it or not, whether he's going to interview or not, let me ask you this question. What program would you like to see Deion Sanders come and try to turn around? I think there's an easy answer here.
It's the Falcons.
It's the Falcons.
It'd be cool if his son what's his name?
Shador?
Yeah. If he comes with his son. His son,
Oh, yeah.
2 years comes like
To the Falcons.
that'd be very cool.
Whoa.
Arthur, maybe in 2 years, Arthur doesn't win anything, kind of flames out. Deion Sanders, his son, go over there, playmakers. That'd be very fun. Must-watch TV.
I mean, maybe he's positioning for this because Deion just said, my son's not taking a backseat to Caleb Williams. He's just as good. Holy crap. Holy, mind blown. He's going to Atlanta.
That's what I want. That's be so. The NFL would freak. The script writers need to talk right now about making this happen.
Wow.
Those two guys
again, that's what we need.
in Atlanta with Bijan.
You took Aaron Rodgers away 2 minutes into Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
You owe us.
You owe us something cool.
Yeah.
Not Zach Wilson.
Wow. That's great to think about. Something not great to think about. Sorry. Weird transition here.
Up and down.
Alan Williams.
Yes.
I literally have this in my notes. Alan Williams, WTF. Because I don't know what's happening.
There's stupid rumors based on absolutely no evidence.
There's a lot of Reddit reporters out
Yes.
there just saying stuff.
I heard this. I heard that.
But what we do know is that Alan Williams, defensive coordinator of the Chicago Bears, has resigned from his position as defensive coordinator. That is official. Mm-hmm. He said that I'm taking a step back, take care of my health and family. That's all we really know.
Yes.
Ian Rappaport did come out and say that the rumors of his home being raided and Hallis Hall being raided, and the funniest one is Peanut, what's his name, Peanut Williams?
Peanut
Tillman, the former great cornerback of the NFL, who's now an FBI agent, was heading the investigation.
Or he informed the Bears.
Just all sorts of nonsense going on. He informed the Bears.
I mean, like...
They really ran with us, this one. We don't know.
We don't know anything. All we know is that he's not the DC anymore.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And moving on to the Bears here. We're going to take a quick break, but we have some stuff to talk about the Bears.
Yes, we do.
Because they also were in the news for another reason.
Great time to be Bears
Neither of
fan.
these reasons are because they're winning football games.
This is terrible. Go ahead.
We'll be right back. Okay, we were just talking Bears and Alan Williams as Angel slams his phone on the table.
My bad.
And everything's gone there. We don't know why, but they no longer have a defensive coordinator. Luckily, their head coach made his way to the head coach position by being a great defensive coordinator. So hopefully that is kind of a
little logistical stuff
situation. Yeah. Something that's not great is Fields was in the news this week. He said that he felt like he played robotic against the Bucs. And I don't have the quote. I tried to find it. I couldn't find it. But this is the quote from him. I couldn't find the audio. Sorry.
Audio, yeah.
But here's what he said. I wasn't necessarily playing my game. I felt kind of robotic, not like I was playing myself. They asked him why, and one of the reasons he said he felt that way was because of overload of information and coaching.
Yeah, sometimes probably, I'm sure you can get too much into the data, too much into the science, and become smartest guy in the room. And realize it's just simple. You have not simple, but like sometimes just let the guys go out there and play.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Josh Allen thing. Like, yeah, you have your up and downs, but sometimes his instincts are so good, just let him play.
Yeah. Well, the media ran with this.
Yeah.
And they took it as he was taking shots at his coaching staff. He was not liking the offensive scheme and the system and all that. And I think that's kind of blown out of proportion. But this is what happens when you're not winning football games.
Yes.
Everything is seen in a negative vantage point. If I'm gonna get an example here, who's a winning football team? If Tua came out and said, "Sometimes I get a little confused because the information overload is just confusing me sometimes, and that's why I take some sacks," it would just be blown right over because they're winning football games.
Yeah.
But when you're the Bears and through 2 games you are 40 for 66 on passing, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and just 427 yards. This is what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he cleaned it up, and he, basically said, I wasn't saying about my coaches. He went and hugged his coach and made sure he was being filmed while he did it. And so I don't think there's anything actually here. But what's going on with the Bears?
Just a big mosh pit of bullshit. It's just a bunch of bad things happening all at the same time. DC leaving for who knows what. Bad play on the field. Bad quarterback play around this quarterback who's supposed to be your next franchise or your only franchise guy since who knows when. Pretty good for them for not. They're keeping it kind of tight some areas, but not this. I don't know. It's confusing. It's just badly. I don't know. It's just weird. It's dumb.
Yeah, we're gonna have our buddy Danny Pedretti on here soon.
Hey boy,
of at Bears Hub, to talk Bears because so much has changed since we last talked to him.
Yes.
And I would love to ask him about just
what is going on.
Like, what are the fans thinking right now? And just frustration has to be just because I've never seen a team just so immediately fail expectations.
I mean, we ran into a Bears fan this week, and he just started blaming management, ownership. Like
immediately.
I'm guessing that's how all Bears fans think.
Yeah, I mean, you got to feel for them. We all kind of bought into the Justin Fields thing a little bit.
I did for sure.
With DJ Moore there and Mooney as the 2 and Claypool now fully integrated and stable running backs, we thought this was going to be a big year of their jump, and so far, not great.
Yeah.
I will say this. Ryan Poles said it's a 3-year rebuild. This is just year 2. So
this is all in the plan. This is all part of the plan.
I'm just saying you don't make the final judgment 2 weeks into the season. Like, I want to reserve that a little bit.
This isn't great, though.
But, yeah, so far not off to a great start. That's it for the news. Let's get into we just watched Thursday Night Football. Let's get into a game recap.
Brought to you by Seinfeld.
Brought to you by Seinfeld's ugly sister.
Steinfeld.
Haley Steinfeld.
No. We'll think of something else.
Yeah, that wasn't it. The Niners are much better than the Giants. We'll start there.
Yeah.
They beat the Giants 30-12, and everyone kind of knew this was coming just because the Giants' best player is not playing for a couple weeks. That's Saquon Barkley, and the Niners might be the best team in the NFL. And so it played out pretty much how I thought it was going to play out. Anything surprising to you?
Just that they didn't score more, the Niners.
Yeah, really? Yeah, probably.
It's the only reason that surprised me.
A couple of empty red zone trips. They were in the red zone quite often.
Yep.
But a couple of empty trips. I give that to the Giants defense, I guess. But I think what was surprising to me is how bad Daniel Jones was. Yeah. I get that it's the Niners. I get it's a great defense. I get that your O-line is hurt. But 22 for 32, 137 yards, and 1 interception for what you just got paid is just not good enough.
And it's on him, yeah, but they have to build this team better around him. They give him nothing to work with. This is not me making an excuse. This is me just saying, as a fan,
yeah,
if I got a quarterback and I just paid him, you better give him something to make him better.
Yeah. The big pieces sitting out today was Andrew Thomas, the tackle, and that was a big deal. And Saquon Barkley. So I understand what you're saying. I even agree to a point. But 22 for 32, 137 and 1. I mean, that's just
who the hell are these wideouts?
I just don't know what they're doing. I don't know what their plan is when they're on offense, because everything is in the flats. Everything is a comeback. Nothing's in stride. Nothing's attacking the seams in the middle of it or putting any kind of pressure on a secondary. They're just kind of dinking and dunking with very non-threatening routes.
5-yard outs, 3-yard outs, out of bounds, politely.
Yeah, you got Waller there, and he's did fine, but he's not very dynamic. Like, he's not like Kittle. If Kittle was running those routes, maybe some yards after catch would be more of a threat. But with Waller, that's really not it.
He doesn't look good. We don't praise him.
You had a problem with Waller. I really didn't.
He just doesn't. I know he's always been like a good athlete. Now he just looks like a slow big athlete.
Yeah, Waller only 3 catches, 20 yards.
Like, there's no separation. There was no all talk at the camp in summer was like, oh, him and Daniel Jones have this great connection. And he can't stop. I mean, where is it?
Yeah.
Where is his connection? And I just feel bad for Daniel Jones. I feel bad for Giants fans, honestly. This sucks.
Yeah, as bad as the Giants looked, the Niners just looked like they're just waiting for someone to come challenge them. They look kind of bored tonight a little bit. Yeah,
I mean, early on they were getting stopped in the red zone, like I said earlier. But once they got going, once they got Debo going, once they got Christian McCaffrey going, just lopsided. Defensively, the Giants look good at the beginning, but obviously it's a good team. Niners look fantastic. They look amazing. I mean, them and the Cowboys have beaten them. 72-13.
Oh, you mean the year? Yeah. Yeah,
They've had some terrible matchups.
The over-under for this game was 45, and we both picked the under because we didn't think the Giants were going to be able to do their part, and they scored 12 points, which is brought us to 42, so we would have won some money. We should have put some money on that. The usual suspects were the stars. Ayuk did miss this game, but Purdy played well. McCaffrey, Debo, and Kittle were more than enough.
Debo was playing out of his mind. He had a lot of early – he's probably just tired. He had like 30 targets, I felt like.
I tell you what, they are lucky they have Ayuk because Debo would not last.
No,
if he had to do what he did tonight. Yeah. For 17 games, it won't happen.
Luckily enough, they have a mini bye week with this Thursday game, so he can rest up. But yeah, they need Ayuk to.
He's so physical.
Yeah. I mean, he's fun to watch, but you realize, can this last until the Super Bowl? That's what you're trying to do. That's why, yeah, he was good though. Fantasy wise, he played against them. Terrible to watch because he's so freaking good after the catch.
Yeah, so the Niners beat the Giants, and they're 3-0. Heading into, I think they have one more game, and then they play the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So they play someone next week. I shouldn't overlook it, but I'm looking forward to that Cowboys-Niners game. That's going to be a fantastic game. Maybe they're both unbeaten still.
What happens if the Giants win 4 games and are in the quarterback draft stuff?
They have to go get a quarterback. I mean, you did pay Daniel Jones. I get it, but Eagles have been in this position before where they paid Carson Wentz, and they just had to find a way to get out of it. And they did. And
Jalen Hurts came around.
And I understand there's some, not luck, but there's some good fortune in that whole thing. But I think the key in these situations is realizing you made a mistake and moving on.
Yeah.
Not dragging on, not making all excuses for Daniel Jones. I think Dable and Wink Martindale are responsible a little bit here too. Just things haven't looked good. Defense doesn't look great either. They're not missing much pieces on defense.
No. I think Banks was in and out of the game, but besides that, they're pretty healthy there.
And look at these games. Just teams are dropping massive numbers on this defense over and over again.
We were bamboozled from last year. They won a playoff game last year.
Yeah.
They went to Minnesota and beat Minnesota.
Did my Eagles break them in the playoffs?
Okay, well,
they might have broken them.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Yeah. Well, Niners are in midseason form. They move on to 3-0.
And the Giants suck.
And the Giants are looking like they're in for a very, very long season. Yeah. Easily, I think, the 4th best team in the NFC East. I think I would take the Commanders over them for sure at this point.
Yeah. They thinking long term, they need to be. We talk about this, off air. They need to be in the T. Higgins hunt, and the Pittman hunt, and the Marquise Brown hunt, and all the wideouts because they need playmakers. They probably just can't draft wideouts. They don't even use Hyatt. They don't know why they drafted him. They don't even.
Yeah. Well, I think this team needs to start the trenches. Don't even look at a receiver. Don't even look at a running back until you get a good defensive line that can stop the run because you don't have one. You haven't had them for a couple years now, and an offensive line that is.
They just paid their defensive line.
Leonard Williams, right?
Leonard Williams and I forgot, I'm blanking out.
Thibodeau doesn't look great. Leonard Williams.
Their nose tackle they just signed. I'm blanking out completely on his name. Yeah, but either way, it doesn't look good. Dexter Lawrence. They just paid him.
Yeah, I have my thoughts on Dexter Lawrence. Everyone tells me Dexter Lawrence is good, and I've never seen him play well. Well, that's not fair. I've never seen him show up and be a dominant interior defensive lineman.
Yeah, it's this. This team needs a lot of work. I think they were relying on good coaching. But good coaching can only go so far when you play the Niners. Sometimes you need good coaching and talent.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I won't be too harsh. They lost the game. Hopefully, they turn it around here. Yeah. But yeah, I think changes come if they're a 4-win team at the end of the year.
Yes.
They have to come.
Big changes.
I'm talking Daboll. I'm talking Martindale. I'm talking Daniel Jones.
Get them all out of there.
Yep. Okay, let's move on to week 3 here. We're going to preview the fantasy week. We're going to tell you who to play, who not to play. And we've been pretty solid so far. What are you at in our league of record?
League of record.
Yeah, our Benchwarmers league.
I am 1-1.
Me too.
Because AJ Brown laid an egg and played 6 points last week.
Yeah.
But I actually I snuck in Breida last second, and he had 10 points in my flex. So
on 4 carries.
4 carries and 3 targets. That's as lucky as you can get.
Very, very lucky.
But I'll take that as being a genius. Because if that works out for you, then you're a genius. If it doesn't, then you're an idiot.
Yes. Overall, I think I am 5-2 in my 3 leagues.
Oh, I won't talk about my other leagues. That's none.
Yeah, I think it's 5-2. No, it doesn't make sense. That's 7 games. 4-2.
Nice.
4-2. Yeah.
GG. GG. It's a gamer term. Sorry.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Good game. GG.
Oh,
Like GG in the chat. Gamers would know what I'm talking about. You don't.
yeah, GG.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna get to some fantasy stuff here as we go to every game. We're also gonna pick the games and maybe even peek at the over/under here. Let's start in Baltimore. Right? Where's the game is? Yeah, Baltimore. The Ravens welcome the Indianapolis Colts. They will most likely be without Anthony Richardson. I think I was actually even confirmed today. Gardner Minshew is going to get the start there. And for me, that's bad news for the Colts.
Yeah, it's not looking great. Your best player in offense is not going to be there. Tough. As much as I love Minshew, but tough.
Yeah, the Ravens are off to a
2-0 start.
2-0 start, and I think they could play much better than they have played.
They weren't healthy last week, and they're playing well.
So far, they have the 7th-ranked defense, 12th-ranked offense. That's going to get you a long way. 6th in rushing.
This is what they do.
Yeah, that's what they do.
It's a solid team.
The Colts without Anthony Richardson, I think, will be an interesting offense to watch because they do have guys that are supposed to be pretty dangerous on the outside.
Do they? Yeah, they do.
Pierce Pittman.
With a different quarterback.
Yeah.
As much as I love Minshew, I'm not sure if he's getting the best out of these guys. But yeah, they drafted Josh Downs. Obviously, they have Pittman. They have Alec Pierce, and that's pretty. Teams have the Giants would love that. Just in perspective.
Yeah. Okay, so Colts at Ravens here. Who do you got?
I have the Ravens via big margin.
Yeah, I think the Ravens blow them out tier 2, especially it being at home.
Yes.
Let's talk some fantasy here. Who are you playing? Who are you staying away from on the Indianapolis Colts?
I'm going to stay away from Mr. Zach Moss, the hotness of the waiver wire last week. Yes. Ravens are pretty good against the run, and they might be down by a lot. So unless he gets a bunch of catches in a PPR league, your standard leagues, no thank you. PPR leagues, he might get the catches. I'll stay away from Zach Moss this week. Next week, he'll bounce back, but tough. This is just a perfect storm of not good things happening. If Richardson was there, he'd be solid, but stay away from Zach Moss.
I'm going to disagree with you.
Okay.
Zach Moss is playing the same percentage of snaps that we're seeing from McCaffrey, that we're seeing from all these super dominant running backs, meaning he's pretty much game script proof. Whether they're winning by a lot or losing by a lot, he's going to be the guy who's in there. Obviously, that's one game that he's played this year, so we'll see. But I think even if they get behind by a lot, he's also their pass catching back because Deion Jackson sucks. Trey Sermon is.
They just signed Trey Sermon.
That's just an idea at this point. It's not an actual thing. Eric Cole's hurt, and not sure who else is there.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I don't agree. But if you got him, he's a volume play.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anyone you want to play
on the Colts or just in general?
On the Colts.
I don't want to play anybody. I play Pittman just because you have to. Like I have to in the bench warmers league. I have to.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll get enough targets to.
They're going to throw the ball a lot. They're going to have to.
Yeah. I just don't know how effective they're going to be.
Yeah. Over to the Ravens. You're definitely playing Gus Edwards in this game.
Gus.
I think Justice Hill missed practice again on Thursday, which is a pretty telling practice to miss. And they're most likely going to be up here. He had 18 carries, 94 yards last week, in the last 2 weeks. And he's looked good. He's looked like he's the guy now that J.K. Dobbins is out. I wouldn't worry about Melvin Gordon. I wouldn't worry about anyone else they've brought in. I think they're going to give the ball to Gus Edwards, and I think you can ride him to a pretty decent game. I think he's a top streamer this week. Obviously, play Lamar Jackson. You playing Zay Flowers here?
I'm about to say that's my start. I'm starting Zay. Phenomenal player. As his team gets healthier, I think he gets better as the year goes on. I'm playing Zay. He's put up wideout 2 numbers, so why not?
It looks like OBJ will miss this game.
Yeah, so he's number 1 option. You're not going to be scared of Bateman. Obviously, the number 1 option here is Mark Andrews, who hasn't played well. He played okay last week.
He hasn't.
So Zay Flowers might be the number 1 option this week. So play Zay Flowers with confidence.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the fantasy outlook there. Sorry, my internet's been super slow. We're going to move on here to the Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Browns. This game will be played in Cleveland, Ohio. And the Browns have. I looked at their rankings. They're the second ranked defense, and they're also second in rushing. I get Chubb's gone now, so and 8th in total offense, but 26th in passing. So
Run the ball very well when you'll
yeah,
very well.
that offense is going to take a huge step back, but the defense is ranked second.
Yes.
And there's some great defenses so far this year. So is that enough to beat the Titans?
I'm sorry to say it. Titans going to win this game. It's going to be a difficult game.
It's going to be such a physical game.
Yeah. But I think actually Watson has a little bounce back here. The Titans aren't very good secondary-wise.
Yeah.
Probably has decent numbers, but push comes to shove, I'll pick Vrabel over a Nick Chubb-less Browns team.
I'm going to go with the Browns here.
Okay.
I think they're going to be able to run the ball on the Titans and well enough to pull this one out. I don't know if the Titans can score enough. Henry hasn't been amazing. He's been okay. But he hasn't been the guy who is just ending games for people. Tannehill, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions on the year.
Decent last, yeah, the first game was pretty bad.
Yeah, he hasn't looked very good, and this Browns defense is so good.
Yeah, this was a sleeper team defensively, and they're showing they're freaking. I love this defense.
I have a fantasy question for you. Okay, I have to make the choice in my second flex between Tank Dell against the Chiefs.
Nope, false.
Or
That's not true.
not playing Chiefs?
No.
Yeah, they are. No.
The Jags playing the Chiefs.
Jags. No, the Jags are playing the Texans.
I am lost right now.
Yeah, but you got the right teams though.
Okay.
So they're playing so Tank Dell against the Jags.
Okay.
Or if DeAndre Hopkins doesn't play because he didn't practice, Burks against the Browns.
Oh, I'm not playing that secondary against the Browns.
Okay. Yeah, so
I
you
will
don't
play Tank Dell.
Good. That was just for a friend of mine that I know.
What's his name?
Johnson. For the Titans,
Mr. Johnson?
Yep.
You have advice for Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
There's probably a movie out there called that.
For the Titans. For the Titans.
Mr. Johnson's fantasy.
Who are you? Are you playing? Anyone you want to play here?
I'll play Hopkins if he plays for sure.
Yeah.
I think you're just gonna. But if he doesn't play, I'll play Derek Henry. Just come the volume guy.
Yeah, I'm not super excited about Derek. I get it. I'm playing it
He's
too.
probably the perfect guy to throw against this Cleveland Brown defense. He's just as physical as them. So
that is an unmovable object and an unstoppable force.
Yes,
sure.
Yeah, I'll put Derek Henry. Besides that, not playing Tannehill, not playing Tajay Spears yet.
I'm staying away from the receivers.
Okonkwo hasn't really done anything.
He really hasn't.
And the receivers, if without Hopkins, it's a very good secondary for the Cleveland Browns. So just Mr. King Henry himself.
Over on the Browns side here, I'm going to play Jerome Ford. And I think he's going to be the guy going forward. But for this game, for sure, he is the guy.
Against that Titans defense, is very good against the run.
I think so. I think they're going to run the ball a ton. I think he's going to get all the receiving work. I think he's a volume play here and with some upside. We saw him break some runs. I mean, it's not like he broke out last week against a slouch of a defense. He did against the Steelers.
Very good defense.
So the Browns have a great offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
They have a great offensive line. He played well last week. It's going to be all him because Hunt's not going to be ready yet to jump in. And I think this is a great play for Ford. Deshaun Watson, I'm staying away from him, especially in 1-quarterback leagues.
Yeah.
I'm not playing him.
Yeah. Standard leagues, probably not.
Amari Cooper, you're playing. Elijah Moore, no thank you. Donovan Peoples-Jones, no thank you. And Njoku, it's a wild card. He's part of that tight end group now where we'll see.
Yeah. I agree with you. My start, it's Amari Cooper. Because he's, despite the offense being terrible, he's still producing.
He just produces.
Yeah, so.
I love Amari
He's
Cooper.
an unsexy wideout, but he gets the job done.
Yeah. Last year on my team, I had Amari Cooper and Chris Godwin. Just the most unsexy receivers.
Yeah.
We're going to take we're not going to take a break yet. We're going to keep trucking along here. The Falcons, the 2-0 Falcons, visit the 1-1 Detroit Lions. This game is in Detroit, the 3-1-3, as Slim Shady would say.
Shout out to 8 Mile.
Yep. And this is
down on that guy. What's the guy's name?
Clarence.
Yeah, his real name is Clarence.
This guy's a gangster, right?
He went to a private school.
These guys are right. I went to private school.
Real good marriage. Sorry, it's a good movie. Go ahead.
This is a low-key fun game.
Yes, it is.
This is fun.
2 top rookie backs going against each other too.
Yeah. You have Jahmyr Gibbs there We'll see if they give him the ball.
At some point, they're going to say that he's good and that he's going to get the ball. At some point.
I mean, Montgomery isn't going to play. I don't think he is unless he just, I don't know.
Bone bruise. It wasn't as, whatever. I think Josh Reynolds probably going to get the bulk of the carries.
Craig Reynolds.
Josh Reynolds.
Yeah, most of they did sign Zonovan Knight from the Jets, but yes. I think, Craig Reynolds is the guy. But Jahmyr Gibbs should be the guy. Yeah, I don't think though. I don't understand their philosophy with running backs and
it's Detroit and running backs.
Where they drafted him and why you would not give him the ball 25 times this game. But whatever. Do your thing.
We'll see.
They're playing the Falcons, of course. Bijan Robinson off to a huge start, but not to be outdone. Tyler Algier also looks very good.
Yes,
and they're well on their way to leading the league in rushing again.
They're gonna do it. There's no. This team is so good running the ball, and Bijan Robinson is literally as good as advertised, which is crazy.
Absolutely.
There's no more thing like, oh, he's phenomenal.
Desmond Ridder doesn't look amazing, but he looks better than last year.
Passable.
And all they want, and they're winning. Yeah, they're 2-0, so there's not gonna be a change there if they keep winning.
And it's a old school type of football, but if it wins, it wins, and they are currently 2-0.
Yeah, not only can they run the ball, they are third in total defense.
Yeah, the defense is low key good.
Yes, I mean third in total defense.
I mean the defense is why they won last week. They had to hold the Packers, and they did.
Think about the defenses we've talked about in the last couple of weeks.
You got worked up there. Go ahead.
I mean, this is amazing. Like, I did not think the Falcons. Think about the defense we've talked about the last couple of weeks. The Jets. You talk about the Cowboys. You talk about the Dolphins even. Like, the Patriots have looked good on defense. But yet, sitting here at 3, the Atlanta Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Arthur Smith, man, good for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's and a great mustache. As a fellow mustache
Izo.
Yeah, welcome to the club. He looked great. This team's good. It plays a physical brand of football for being a dome team. You think they pass? No, they run the ball a lot, and defense is good too.
Yeah, I tell you what, Coach Campbell's son better strap him up.
Yeah, my boy Jack.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Jack Campbell, rookie.
You can be chasing all those running backs, man.
Jeez. Who do you got in this game? It's in Detroit.
I'm going to go with the. Can you go first?
Yeah, it's a tough one, right? I'm going Lions. I think Lions at home. They bounced back from the loss last week, and but I think it's a great game. I think it's a tough game, and I think it's a great fantasy game.
I'm gonna go with the Lions. Home team. They're pretty even. I'll go with the home team.
Yeah.
Yes. Just because they're home team. That's literally it. They're a pretty good team. So
their home team. I think they're gonna have to work, even though that Atlanta defense is so good, and that'll really be the tipping point for me. Is it much easier for the Lions to score than the Falcons? They have to run the ball a million times.
Lions a little banged up too. I'm gonna run with Toe, no David Montgomery. So
that's very true.
Yeah, maybe no. I'm going Falcons.
I'm going Falcons.
I'm going Falcons. Going Falcons.
I forgot about the Amon-Ra toe injury.
This is part of the plan. We both said let's
Jeez. Yeah, I'm going Falcons. They're gonna shut them down.
Yes, it's gonna be Falcons, baby. It's gonna be 16-12.
Fantasy wise, Atlanta. I'm playing both running backs.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yep.
Pitts and Drake London.
I don't want to hear Pitts anymore.
Yeah, Pitts sucks.
Don't start Pitts.
Yeah, don't start Pitts. Pitts is under Freiermuth. Pitts is under Njoku. Pitts is under.
He's under Tyler Higbee. He doesn't do anything.
He's literally under the rookie tight ends this year. I'd rather start Musgrave.
Laporta looks good.
Yeah.
I'd rather start Kincaid.
Yeah, admit defeat and move on from Pitts there because it's probably losing you games. Drake London did have a game last week, so I guess we'll see.
I think the week 1. We will see.
Yeah, he's total wild card. If he's on your team and you have to play him every week, I'll pray for you because that's a terrible roller coaster to be on.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it for the Falcons. Really, who are you playing and not playing on the Lions?
I'm gonna play Laporta, number 5 tight end in PPR leagues. Yeah, look for tight ends. Just looking for if you don't have the top ones, just look for someone who gets targets. He gets targets and he gets catches. So Laporta, a safe, non-sexy tight end. Sometimes that will win you a week instead of starting Njoku like I did.
Yep.
And getting 3. Sometimes you just want 10.
What about the backs and receivers?
I'm not playing Gibbs till I see it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, this should be his breakout game. This is a very good defense he's going against. So I will not play Gibbs. I will play just the tight end and Amon-Ra St. Brown because he's my boy. I don't care if he's hurt. He's a gamer. So
watch Craig Reynolds put up 20 because they're just going to give him the ball. they're going to treat him like Montgomery.
God, if they give him the ball and not Gibbs, like, what are you waiting for?
This
is a good game.
It's a very Coach Campbell thing to do.
If you lose the game, you're 1-2. Why don't you play your first round pick out there? It just makes me mad.
If Josh Reynolds is on your waiver wire, you should probably go pick him up.
Craig Reynolds.
Josh Reynolds, the receiver now.
Yeah. You're switching up on
me. Sorry. Yeah, the receiver. If he's on your waiver wire and you need someone in the flex, I don't think he's a bad play. Mm-hmm. He's been pretty consistent. Amon-Ra, you play him if you have him because he's Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And you have to.
And you're hoping that he finishes the game.
Yes.
Because Turf Toe is then.
You are counting down the days till their bye week. So
yes, for sure. Yes. Did we pick the game? Yeah, we did. We both picked the Falcons. Moving on here to the Saints and Green Bay Packers as the Jordan Love. What's that?
We got time, maybe no.
Oh, you're right. I need to take a break. I was just really excited about this.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
We're going to talk Packers and Saints real quick after this. Okay, we are talking Week 3 fantasy preview and picks for Week 3 NFL season. And we are re-recording this session because we just did it and the camera wasn't running.
That's show business, baby. But I'm still excited about this stuff. Let's go.
So you're getting the best version possible because we've already done this.
Yeah.
We are starting in New Orleans. Actually, it's in Green Bay. The Saints are going to visit Green Bay. They play the Packers. Packers are 1-1. Saints 2-0. Who do you
got? Saints.
I had the Packers.
Okay.
I think you think the defense is going to overwhelm.
This is the only. He was riding high. This is his come to earth game
at home.
Yes. Because he's a young quarterback. Look, this is his come to earth.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't surprise me.
It's gonna be a crazy game though. Fun game.
Derek Carr hasn't been great. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions on the season.
That's what Derek Carr does.
That's so incredible.
Yeah, I mean, but good for them for being 2-0. That defense is that good.
Fantasy wise, I know you have a favorite there on the Saints. Who you playing? Who you not playing?
I will play. Okay. I will play Olave.
Yep.
And I will play Kendrick Miller.
Kendry
Miller.
Yeah.
I don't even know his name. Kendry Miller. Because there's no one else in that backfield.
Literally.
Jamal Williams is hurt.
Tony Jones Jr.
Tony Jones. I'm not worried about Tony Jones getting 2 touchdowns again. They will play Kendry Miller.
Yeah.
And he will be in this running back. What do you even call it this year? Hell. Yeah. Purgatory. You don't like to be in.
Yeah, because next week Kamara comes back.
Yeah. So play Kendry Miller as fast as you can.
Yes.
For free too. Probably on the waiver wire.
You playing Taysom Hill?
Oh, that was your sneaky pick.
He's involved.
Well, ever since the backs went down, he got a lot more involved.
Very involved.
I don't have the cojones to play Taysom Hill, but you can. Go for it.
Just for fun.
Yeah, find a league like today. Join a league.
The league that you care about the least. Just go start Taysom Hill.
It's just fun.
Just for fun. On the Packers, I am playing Romeo Doubs because I don't think Watson's going to play. Mm-hmm. I'm playing Musgrave just because the tight end position is blah, and at least he's getting consistent targets.
What's new?
I'm not playing A.J. Dillon because he's just been very unimpressive so far in the year. Total on this year, 28 carries, 74 yards, no touchdowns.
Disappointing because we were big fans of him. Yeah.
Aaron Jones should be back. I don't think he's a bad play. I think he's a flex play. Hopefully he's healthy, and then he's easily or RB2.
I like him as an RB2, but we don't know of his health. So
and he's a good flex play.
Yeah. And watch the snap count. Might not be as
it's just these guys coming back first game from injury, just always kind of we'll see. That's pretty much it. Let's move on here to the Houston Texans visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars. Texans at 1-1. I'm sorry, Texans at 0-2. Jacksonville at 1-1. This game is in Jacksonville. Who you got?
The Jacksonville Jaguars. A get-right game. They lost last week.
I had Jags too, and you think this game's going to be closer than most people think?
Yeah, I think it'll be nice. It'll be like a 5-point game. I don't know what the over-under is, but I would take the over because I think both teams can score.
This game's going to be very fun fantasy-wise. Yes. You might want to get every piece of this that you can. Who are you playing on the Texans?
I will play breakout wideout, Nico Collins. Very good. I will play Tank Dell. Robert Woods if you're desperado, if you're hurt, but wideout's been pretty generous this year. And you could sneak a Stroud start in because he throws a lot. He's like second in the league in like passing yards. So I'm not playing Dameon Pierce though. That's my not play.
Okay.
Shootout, he's very game script dependent as of right now. Until they start involving in the passing game, don't play Dameon Pierce.
On the Jack side, I'm playing Lawrence as a low-end QB1. I'm playing Etienne as a high upside RB1 this week. This is a great game. Yes. Yeah, he might be the RB1 total on this week. He should be a smash play. You're playing Ingram. You're playing Ridley. Those are both for sure plays. Kirk, I think in the flex, he's fine. But I'm afraid that this season is going to be like what it's been already through 2 games, up and down.
Yeah, this is probably an up and down game.
Because they like Zay Jones. They're going to throw the ball to Zay Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And
they give these stupid plays to Agnew. I don't know why they keep – I can't stand when they get the ball to Agnew. He doesn't do anything.
They're doing with him exactly what they did with who's homeboy, who's on the Panthers now. It's
Chark?
Kill me. No.
Panthers.
He was on the Jaguars. He was the same kind of receiver.
Chanel.
Yeah,
Chanel.
Laviska Chanel. Peterson wants that kind of multi-tool.
Okay, well, he's not going to be
receiver. Good. Neither of them have been effective so far for him. But the other receivers, I'd play them. Moving on here to the Broncos.
God.
As the sacrificial offering to the Miami Dolphins this week. Dolphins at 2-0, Broncos at 0-2. And Dolphins are going to win by a lot. That's my prediction.
This sucks because we need to, as a Bronco fan, we need a win now game. And this is not the team to play.
This is a lose now game.
Sean Payton, what are we doing? I'm picking Miami as much as I want to pick the Denver Broncos. I'm not stupid. I'll pick Miami, the hot team. Denver might make it interesting at some point, but Miami's going to make this a little ugly.
Yeah, there's a lot of buzz here about this being the Vic Fangio revenge game.
We did fire him for being a terrible head coach.
I'm just kidding, but he probably is, thinking like, all right.
Want to fire me?
Yep. Yeah.
I got you.
Fantasy-wise, who you playing
Pick that, Russell.
Who you playing your Broncos?
I'll play Jerry Jeudy out of necessity because they might be down by a lot.
Yep.
He was on a snap count last week. He will not be. Hopefully, it'll be lesser of a snap count.
Yeah.
Not impressed with Courtland Sutton. No, thank you. Or tight ends. No, thank you. If you're desperate, Javonte Williams. He gets touches. He hasn't done anything with yet.
Is Piran getting touches?
No, he had no touches last week. They're trying to get Javonte going.
Yeah.
So he might be good. He might not. He might be game scripted out. So
flex.
Yeah.
Okay. Over on the Dolphins, you're playing Tua as a for sure top end QB1.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing Tyreek no matter what. Jalen Waller, you're going to play him, and you're nervous if he's going to finish the game or not. He's been injured all week
with the concussion. And abdomen. He's been hurt.
Dealing with an oblique.
Oblique.
That's a tough one.
Whatever that
if he doesn't play, I still think you're not going to play Braxton Berrios. I love
Your
Braxton
boy,
Berrios,
I know.
but I wouldn't play him. Even if I think that Tyreek's just gonna have an even bigger game.
Yes.
If Waller doesn't play.
Yep.
And Tua's been spreading it around, giving love to a lot of different guys there.
Yeah. Falling correctly.
You're playing Mostert for sure. He might be a big week for Mostert.
Yeah, we just gave up. The Broncos gave up 120 something yards to Brian Robinson last week. It might be a big week for Mostert.
Yeah, if they get up big, Mostert here is gonna get a lot of work.
Yes, sir.
Tight end wise, you're not playing anyone there because Tyreek owns the passing game.
Yep.
For the Miami Dolphins there, and we both have them in a pretty big win. I'm trying to find here.
Well, real quick, even though they have Surtain, they move Tyreek Hill around so much, it does not matter. He will get his yards and his catches.
Yeah. Moving on to what might be the fantasy game of the week. The Chargers playing.
We need a song for that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, fantasy game of the week.
Yep.
The Chargers going to Minnesota on the turf there. Or no, I think it's real grass that they go outside and wheel inside, I think. But anyway, the Chargers playing the Vikings in 2 defenses that are bottom half of the league. Chargers actually at 31st, and 2 offenses that are top 10. The perfect storm for a fantasy wonderland.
Another reminder: why you don't be in leagues that have defenses.
Yeah.
Because why we don't play defense in this game?
Yeah. Who do you got?
I have the Chargers.
I have the Vikings.
I'm just picking with my heart.
Yeah, I think,
kind of the same team.
I just trust the offense more of the Vikings at this point, especially at home. And their defense is supposedly 15 spots better, but they both suck.
Yeah.
Let's move on to fantasy wise here. I'll do the Vikings, but you start us with the Chargers.
Okay. For fantasy shootouts like this, you want everybody. I'm talking to everybody. If Eckler doesn't play, Kelly right away.
Yes.
If he does play, flex still. I would still play Josh Kelly. If Eckler plays, I would still play Eckler. Obviously, you play all the wideouts except for Quentin Johnson because they don't. He's not. They don't. It's not good yet.
Gerald Everett.
Yes, yeah. In this tight end kind of realm, yes.
He's a top 12.
And this is a shootout, so you kind of grab every starter that you can.
Yes. Over on the Vikings, you're playing Kirk Cousins confidently. You're playing Justin Jefferson very confidently.
Yes.
You're playing Addison, and it's not him. Hopefully they start giving more snaps here because he's doing great things with it. And the snaps that they're giving to KJ Osborne are not producing.
Yeah.
So
Spoiler, he sucks.
yeah, play Addison, play Jefferson. Don't play Osborne. Play TJ Hawkinson for sure.
Hawk, by the way, number 1 tight end in fantasy football right
Number
now.
1 in fantasy football. Yep.
Target monster.
Yep. The running backs are interesting. I think running back is such a hard position right now. You might have to play Madison, but this might be your last week of really good.
For those of
volume.
you who drafted him, you play him. Even if you don't no spot for him, you have to. This is the only week you're going to get. The last week you're going to get volume out of him.
Yeah, remember Akers knows this offense because he's worked with this coach and this offense coordinator before. So by next week he should be pretty well caught up and be able to take a lot of these carries and maybe eventually take over.
Watch Cam Akers be really, really good in this team.
Yeah,
just watch it.
That's pretty much it. Let's move on here to the New England. Man, these are 2 very different games. We move to a game that's not going to be very friendly fantasy-wise. The Patriots at 0-2 visiting the Jets at 1-1. Who you got?
I have the Patriots.
I have the Patriots as well, just because the Jets just cannot. It's literally last year all over again.
They suck offensively.
29th in offense, 31st in passing.
Those are not good stats.
Yep.
Wait, let's see. Last year, Nathaniel Hackett had the same stats. This year, the same. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yep.
Interesting. I wonder why that follows.
I hope they run the ball here and give Breece Hall 20-plus carries.
More than
give
4.
Dalvin Cook 10-plus carries. Give Michael Carter 5 carries.
Run the damn ball.
Yeah, run the ball. Run this whole offense through your running backs. And fantasy-wise, I am not playing Garrett Wilson. I'm definitely not playing any other receiver. Garrett Wilson, if you have to, because you spent so much on him in the draft.
That sucks, man.
I guess throw him in your flex or try to trade him.
Yeah.
He's going to have a rough year.
This is a sell high for sure.
Well, sell low.
No, he had 2 good games.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
So try to sell high while you can. While he has these, because one game he's
I
having
get what you're saying.
2 catches for 14 yards.
Play Breece Hall. I think we both think he's going to get carries this game.
He better.
I think they're going to run it through him. Dalvin Cook is an okay flex, I guess, but they haven't given him too much work.
Mm-hmm.
And that don't play Zach Wilson ever in the history or future of fantasy football.
Yep.
Who you got for the Patriots?
I'm not playing Mac Jones. Good, because that defense is very good. I will play Stevenson because he is game script proof. He catches the ball. He runs the ball very well. Zeke is a non-factor. He hasn't done anything that made me want to start him, and especially against a defense that's this good.
Yeah.
Wideouts, don't touch them. If you want to take a shot, Devonta Parker because he looked decent last week, but yeah, they got Sauce Gardner over there. I'm not going to take a chance on that. Hunter Henry is the only guy, pass catcher, that you would start. Who I would start. Solid tight end, and that's all I look for now is solid tight ends. I wouldn't go out and start him, though.
There you have it. Over to the Buffalo Bills at 1-1, taking on the Washington Commanders in Washington.
2-0 Commanders.
Yeah, 2-0 Commanders.
Good for
Very
them.
exciting for them. If they beat the Bills at home here comes the hype.
Yeah, and here comes the screw you Dan Snyder posts and tweets.
Oh, yeah.
Screw you, pig.
Sam Howell looks pretty good, and no one's talking about it. But he looks pretty good. He quarterbacks a 2-0 team, and no one talks about him.
Sorry, Sam.
But I'm still going to pick the Bills here.
Yeah, as much as I like Sam Howell and this whole offense, Bills.
Yeah. Bills are going to win here on fantasy-wise. Who are you playing on the Bills?
I will play Stephon Diggs because you smashed around who he plays. Josh Allen because he's a wild horse. Not playing Gabe Davis because I don't play the game. I'm not playing the game.
Why?
I will not play the game. This is the we have to do in fantasy. You have to go, guys. I am not playing the game. Him, Kyle Pitts, and Garrett Wilson are all in the same realm where I'm not playing them. I'm not playing them.
I'd play Gabe Davis in the flex.
You can do that.
Yeah, I think they're gonna. Both these teams are gonna score
Also, Knox was
a
limited,
decent amount of points.
so if Knox can't go, Kincaid.
it's a good option. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how you're not playing him yet, but you have him on your radar.
Mm-hmm.
I am playing Brian Robinson because he's getting a lot of work. I think it's a straight volume play.
Mm-hmm.
And the running back situation, you don't get that a lot. So I think you pick him up, play him, solid RB2. You're playing McLaurin. You're not playing Dotson. He's been, I don't know what's wrong with him.
Disappointing.
Yeah. You're not playing Curtis Samuel. He does this every year. They give him targets, but it's fool's gold.
Yep.
And that's about it. You're not playing the tight end.
No McLaurin, huh?
Yeah, I said McLaurin.
Oh.
Yeah, you're playing McLaurin for sure.
But I'd say yeah.
Here we go. Moving on here. The Panthers, Seahawks, 0-2 and 1-1. Seahawks 1-1 at home. I think they're going to win this game pretty easily.
Yeah, this is going to be a slaughter. True slaughter.
Bryce Young not playing. Not that it matters too much. He hasn't been great, but
Yep.
the Red Rocket in there.
QB1.
Yep, and I think that might be bad news for the Panthers.
Yeah, you have Andy Dalton throwing to DJ Chark and
Adam Thielen.
With Hayden Hurst and Miles Sanders.
I have the Seahawks winning this game.
Yeah, this is a bad team the Panthers have created.
Fantasy-wise, I'll take the Panthers. You're not playing.
Yeah, please tell me who you pick.
I guess you play Miles Sanders because he's going to get the carries, although I think he's been outscored this year by Chuba Hubbard.
Great.
So that's not great. Chuba Hubbard getting solid passing work. So
might be down a lot. Might be the guy to play. Might be a little sneaky play here.
Yep. And Miles Sanders just has never done well in the passing game.
Not playing the excellent route runner that Thielen is.
Okay, so moving on here to backs and receivers. You're not playing any of the wide receivers, Mingo, Thielen, or Shark. I think Hurst is a decent play here, tight end for the Panthers. And I don't know, maybe Dalton gave you one game, maybe Thielen, and maybe a flex.
Okay.
Yeah. Who are you playing for the Seahawks?
I will play. I'm most excited to play Kenneth Walker because it might be a big, might get a lot of carries. He's still the guy. Charbonnet is just a backup at this point. There's no sign of them splitting carries. It's Kenneth Walker's team. I will play DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. JSN hasn't.
Not yet.
You can't see the field yet because he has two good guys, in front of him.
Yeah.
Not playing Noah Fant or Will Disley because it's a center around these wideouts. So
too many mouths to feed.
Yeah. So it's gonna be DK, Lockett, and Geno, and Kenneth Walker.
Moving on here, the Dallas Cowboys at 2-0 visit the 0-2 Arizona Cardinals. I have the Cowboys here winning by quite a bit.
I'm getting a little vibe, almost upset vibe.
Not a chance.
Look, they played well for all things said, they played well week 1, and they played well week 2, right? They played better than expected.
I mean, they're 0-2.
No, I should say they played better than expected. Not saying they're going to win, but a little closer than people think. I'm taking the Cowboys still.
This is still a top defense in the NFL. The Cardinals won't score more than 13 points.
I picked the Cowboys.
Yeah. Fantasy-wise, I'll take the Cardinals. You're playing Connor because he is the offense.
Crazy.
You're not playing Hollywood Brown. You're not playing Michael Wilson. None of the receivers or Rondale Moore. You're obviously not playing Joshua Dobbs. And I think Ertz is a decent play. He's getting targets. He's getting high quality targets. Mm-hmm. They're all very near the line of scrimmage. So in PPR, he's a great play. Cowboys, who you playing? Who you not playing?
I'll play Dak Prescott because they might score a lot on this team. Actually, no, correction. They will score a lot on this team.
Yep.
I will play CeeDee Lamb because he's still the most underrated guy in fantasy football. No one talks about CeeDee Lamb ever being on top wideout. So I will play CeeDee Lamb. Tight ends here are tough because they kind of split the work, and no one's really done anything with any of the work. Pollard it's a smash play.
Yeah, every week.
Play him. I'm still kind of trying to figure out who we should play, Cooks or Gallup. No one's really proven themselves either. So until they do, no. So it's CeeDee Lamb, Pollard, and Dak, and avoid everyone else because you don't know yet.
Chicago Bears at 0-2 going to the defending champs, Kansas City, 1-1.
Terrible day to face the Chiefs after all this drama.
Yep. You get the Chiefs as a reward. No defensive coordinator. Your quarterback in the headlines calling out the coaching staff, and you get the Chiefs.
And you still have Chase Claypool.
We're both picking the Chiefs, right?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. But I think it should be a pretty fun fantasy game. For the Bears, I'll go there. I think you're playing DJ Moore. I think he's going to be a pretty consistent wide receiver 2 for you. You're playing Justin Fields. Hopefully, after all the drama, they let him run this week. Let him be himself. And he returns to form. In that backfield, it's very tricky right now because it's basically split already with the rookie Roshan Johnson, who took Donta Foreman's job very quickly.
Like week 1.
He was a healthy scratch last week and pretty much split the carries with Khalil Herbert. He looks like the better running back, but that doesn't mean they're going to give him all the work. I don't touch either of these running backs this week.
Yeah, this is you pick up Roshan Johnson while you can.
Yeah.
But you don't play either of them this week.
Yeah, Cole Kmet also is a decent play. Cole Kmet or Zach Ertz?
Ertz.
Cole Kmet or any of the Cowboys?
Kmet.
Okay, Cole Kmet or Dalton Schultz?
Schultz. Okay. I don't like either of them, though.
Chiefs, who you playing?
You play the big dogs, obviously. You play Mahomes, you play Kelsey. I'm just going to throw a dart this week at Sky Moore. He played well last week. They might get up big early, hoping for a big touchdown. I know this is a dart throw and playing with fire.
Yes.
But I'm just going to roll with a hot hand, Sky Moore, because everyone else – actually, Tony's hurt because he likes being hurt. He likes being on the IR. He likes being –
right on schedule.
Yeah, like Hurts. Tony hurt, perfect. And if Pacheco doesn't play, you play McKinnon. If he does play, smash start Pacheco. If he does play, because he might get up big, might just run the ball.
Moving on here to the Sunday night game, the Steelers will go to Las Vegas.
The Raiders.
And play the Raiders in the matchup of the 31st and 30th ranked offenses.
Fun times.
But don't worry, it's also the 29th and 21st ranked defenses. So,
Steelers are the 29th defense?
yeah, and they're just giving up, I guess, a lot of points. I'm not sure, but yeah, they looked really good last week.
Yeah, well,
and these rankings can be skewed, especially after 2 games.
Yeah.
Definitely, you think the Steelers' defense is better than 29th.
They're top 10 to me, but we'll
yeah.
see.
TJ Watt is a monster.
Highsmith is just great duo.
Okay, so I'm picking the Steelers here. Who you got?
The Steel City.
Yep.
And they will travel to Las Vegas and take over the whole stadium because that is the most. They travel so well, Pittsburgh.
Yeah. And that's the stadium where most fans travel well to.
Yeah, it's a weekend in Vegas.
Yeah. Fantasy-wise, let's talk Raiders. I'll start. You're not playing Garoppolo yet. Although, I think in a bye week, when that stuff starts happening, maybe.
Yep.
If they're in the right matchup. You're playing Devontae Adams because he's Devontae Adams. Jacoby Myers, most likely going to be back this week, and I think he's a pretty decent play.
Yeah, he's
good. Josh Jacobs, keep playing him. I know he's been rough, and that's just running back position, but the grass is not greener. Just keep playing him.
He did miss training camp. This might be his right game this game.
Yep, you play him. Mike Mayer, I don't think he's consistent enough to play him, so I'd stay away from him at tight end. Who you playing and not playing on the Steelers?
I'm not trusting Kenny Pickett yet, so no Kenny Pickett.
Okay.
This is the last chance for Najee Harris. The Raiders defense isn't very good, like you just said.
Yeah.
If you can't do it this week, and when can you play him? If you can't play Najee Harris against a bad defense, when can you play him? So you play him under the mindset. If he doesn't do it this week, trade him if you can. I don't know. I would. I'm not playing Jalen Warren because he hasn't got enough touch. You need a big play, so I'm not doing that. I'll play Pickens still. Pickens might have a big game this week. And Freiermuth, actually, because this team isn't very good.
Right. You saw last week when they started throwing to Pickens, he racked up those numbers very quickly.
Crazy how when you throw it to a talented guy, good things happen.
Yep.
Interesting how that works out.
So let's funnel those targets away from Allen Robinson and to George Pickens.
Yeah, let's stop trying to prove to the league that Allen Robinson's still good, that you made a good investment, because he's
easy. Down, Angel.
Worked up here.
The first of the Monday night doubleheader is the Eagles at 2-0 facing the 2-0 Tampa Bay Bucks.
What are you going to watch?
I'm an Eagle fan. I'm going to watch the Eagles game. I won't watch a minute of the other game, most likely.
I hate that they do this. Make you choose.
Yeah.
Come on.
It is. I think it's the last one.
Thank God.
Eagles here have not looked great on offense, injured on defense, but really good in the trenches, have brought them to a 2-0 record basically so far. What's that?
Did you say hath? Like, hath brought them to this point?
Yeah. Good trenches hath brought them to 2-0.
It's a Bible verse.
And but the Bucks look really good as well. I think this is going to be a pretty good game. I think this game is decided by less than a touchdown. Mm-hmm. And but I'm going to pick my Eagles. I
will go with Philadelphia as well. As much as I love the Bucks and the hot start, I'm not going against Jalen Hurts and that team. No, Eagles.
Fantasy wise, I think I'll do the Eagles. I guess.
Yep,
my team.
Take Philly.
You're playing Hurts. You're playing AJ Brown. You're playing Devonta Smith. No other receivers, of course. You're playing Goddard, even though he's been rough. Just keep throwing him out there because.
What else are you gonna do?
Yeah. You're not playing a running back yet. I know Swift had a huge game. He was the NFC, I think, Player of the Week.
So this would be a sell high for Swift right now still.
Yeah, if you can get someone to buy him. Kenny Gainwell will be back.
Mm-hmm.
And
I like him.
I don't think Boston Scott will be back, but Kenny Gainwell will be back. Rashad Penny will be active. I don't think he's too much of a threat, but
yeah, they hate him.
I think Gainwell's going to get some carries here. He was the starter. And I don't think they're going to go away from him. He's been with the team a couple years, and that means something to the Eagles.
Rest of season, if Kenneth Gainwell and Swift are both healthy, who do you want?
I'd take Swift because I think they're both going to get limited work, and Swift is more likely to
Fair.
have really good efficiency with it.
Fair.
Fantasy-wise, Buccaneers, what you got?
I'm not playing Baker Mayfield. He's been riding high, but this defensive line will give him a hard time this week. I'm not playing Mike Evans. I will play Godwin because he needs to get the ball really quick because that defensive line is of the Eagles very good. Play Godwin. I'm not playing Rashad White either. So basically just Godwin.
Eagles lost their slot cornerback for the year this week.
Yes, so it's kind of a match made in heaven. Get the ball out quick, and Godwin's right there.
Yep. Okay. Second of the doubleheader is the Rams in Cincinnati. Cincinnati at 0-2, very surprising this year. Rams at 1-1, also very surprising in a whole different way.
Yes.
Who you got?
I have Cincinnati getting right. I can't see them starting 0-3 if they. Please don't start 0-3.
Let me tell you right now, the Rams are going to go into Cincinnati and they're going to beat the Bengals.
Yeah.
They're going to do it.
I don't want this to happen, but there's a very real possibility.
Yeah,
Burrow's calf injury is bigger than they're telling us.
Burrow's hurt. Burrow might not play,
which is crazy.
Burrow's hurt. Even if he does play, he's not going to be very mobile. And that O-line is just hot doo-doo.
Hot garbage.
Aaron Donald is licking his chops. This is a rematch of the Super Bowl.
Yes.
These teams know each other.
And Donald tore him up then.
Donald tore him up, ended the game.
Yeah.
I got the Rams. I think in a good game.
Wow. Let me just put a little asterisk by it. I will have the Bengals if Burrow plays. If he does not play, no chance.
Fair enough. Fantasy-wise, who are you not playing on the Cincinnati Bengals?
There is asterisks around this whole fantasy team. Because if Burrow plays...
Let's assume Burrow's going to play.
Okay, if Burrow plays, you play Chase because you drafted him at number 3 or 4 overall.
Yep.
Even though we told you Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
Start T. Higgins because the Rams, yeah.
You ride or die with that up and down?
Yep. Irv Smith, not it.
Mm-mm.
Mixon is a volume play. I don't care who he's playing. Mm-hmm. Volume play. They'll do these weird swing out plays to him as if he still has the juice, but he's a volume play.
Yep.
And that's it.
On the Rams, you're playing Stafford. Maybe on the this is an interesting one. You playing Burrow or Stafford?
Stafford's been balling.
He's been really good.
I will take whoever you don't want.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
Burrow is not going to run at all. So you have 0 running. I mean, that's not like Stafford runs, but
I think they're both low end QB1s this week. And toss up who you want to play. I take Stafford just because his offensive line is slightly better.
Yeah, both.
But yeah, you're playing Kyren Williams for the rest of the season. I think Kyren Williams is a sneaky top 10 back.
Smash.
Yeah. Puka Nacua, you play him as long as Cooper Kupp's out.
What a sweet name.
Yeah, Puka Nacua. I think you play Tutu Atwell. Here.
Also a sweet name.
Yep, I think you're playing Tutu Atwell as well in a flex, and you're pretty confident about it.
Yeah.
Ben Skoranek, you're not playing him.
No, that's not sexy.
Yeah. Tyler Higbee, not playing him as well.
What?
Nah.
You're right.
Bengals, who you got?
I already told you.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh, that was quick.
Okay, let's do the flip side. If Burrow doesn't play.
Oh, yeah, we started with that.
If Burrow doesn't play.
You're playing Mixon.
You play You play the big guys, but your expectations go
playing Higgins?
way down. Yes, you play. You go.
I don't play Higgins if Burrow doesn't play.
It's just.
Who is even the backup? Browning? Jake Browning? Is that it?
It's just going to be.
Jeez.
Yeah, if he doesn't play, good luck with the start. Lower your expectations. Lower them all the way. Like, wide out to flex range if Burrow doesn't play. Because then you're hoping for a big play. Then you're in the Garrett Wilson realm of player. We're hoping for a touchdown.
And that's it. That's Week 3's games. That's the show for today.
Some pretty good.
Very exciting. Hope your fantasy season is going well.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you're 2-0. And if not, hope you're getting your first win this weekend because you listened to Bench with the Tobar Brothers.
You're welcome.
Thanks so much. We will see you Monday. After Week 3. Have a great weekend. And enjoy yourself. Love your family. Go to church. And then have a drink.
Bye.
Bye.